What if everything you thought you knew about the world was wrong? What if the earth wasn't round but flat? What if the sun wasn't a star but a white hole? What if the universe didn't begin with a big bang but with a big O? These are not fantasies or fabrications. These are the radical claims of a new theory challenging conventional cosmology, a theory grounded in logic, mathematics, and observation, a theory asserting that our world is much simpler and much more elegant than we had ever imagined. This is the report presenting this theory. It is written by Chris Folgers, an independent researcher who has devoted his life to unraveling the mysteries of the universe. He claims to have found evidence for a flat Earth according to the white hole theory, an alternative cosmology that posits that our universe emanates from a central white sun. In this report, we will embark on a journey with him to explore his theory. We will examine his arguments and evidence, test his calculations and predictions, and discuss its complications and consequences. We will also hear the reactions and criticisms of other scientists and experts and the challenges and obstacles he has had to overcome. This is no ordinary report. It's an invitation to open your mind to a new way of looking at the world. A way that might hold more truth than you ever thought. A way that might change your life. Welcome to the white hole theory, an exceptionally precise argument for a flat Earth. Episode 1. The Earth Plate. Imagine you're in an airplane and looking out the window. What do you see? You see the blue sky, white clouds, and green or brown lands below. You also see a horizon, the line where the sky and the land appear to meet. But is that really what it is? Is the Earth truly round, as we have always been taught? Or is there something else going on? In this episode, we will explore a new theory that claims the Earth is not round but flat. A theory grounded in logic, mathematics, and observation. A theory that asserts our world is much simpler and more elegant than we have ever thought. This theory is called the white hole theory, and it was conceived by Chris Folgers, an independent researcher who has dedicated his life to unraveling new mysteries of the universe. He claims to have found evidence for a flat Earth according to his theory, and he can show us how it works. We will embark on a journey with him to explore his theory. We will see how he calculated the shape and size of the Earth and how they correspond to what we can measure. We also see how he explains some old stories and strange observations that don't fit the round Earth model. Chris Folgers is not an ordinary scientist. He has no degrees or titles, no laboratories or funding, no colleagues or publications. He is a self-taught individual, someone who has learned everything he knows on his own. And he has always had a passion for the universe and how it operates. He has always questioned what he learned in school or from books and sought his own answers.
I've been fascinated by the night sky since my childhood, spending hours gazing through binoculars or a telescope. I've always had a hard time accepting the conventional cosmological model we've been taught, which asserts that the universe began with a Big Bang, is infinitely vast and old, and is filled with stars, planets, and other objects governed by fixed natural laws. In my view, this model seemed too complex and contradictory, not aligning with my own observations and intuition. So I set out on a quest to find an alternative theory that would be simpler, more elegant, and better aligned with what I observed and felt. My journey involved extensive research, drawing insights from various sources, including ancient writings, modern articles, religious texts, and scientific papers. While I found many intriguing ideas, none completely convinced me. Eventually, I formulated my own theory, which I named the white hole theory. This theory, grounded in logic, mathematics, and observation, offers a radically different perspective on the universe and our place within it. According to this theory, our universe emerges from a central white sun, an infinite source of radiant white energy. It also suggests that our universe is bounded by a positively charged firmament, which counteracts the outgoing pressure from the white sun. Furthermore, it posits that all phenomena are governed by interactions between subtle monopolar etheric fields, akin to electromagnetic principles, but based on quaternions rather than vectors. Through rigorous calculations and experiments, I confirmed the validity of this theory, uncovering some remarkable findings. One of the most striking revelations is that the Earth is not spherical but flat. I can substantiate this with my theory and demonstrate how it works. The Earth plate, as I refer to it, is a flat square situated on the spherical surface of the larger world globe emitted by the white sun. This Earth plate has a straightforward size that logically fits on the spherical world skin. I calculated the size of the Earth plate using my theory, starting by determining the radius of the world globe using the well-known circumference and diameter of the Earth. These values are 40,030 kilometers and 12,742 kilometers, respectively, according to the IAU/NASA. By dividing the radius by 2, I obtained 6,371 kilometers. With this value, I calculated the side of the Earth plate by multiplying it by 4, resulting in 25,484 kilometers, which is approximately equivalent to the distance between Amsterdam and New York. Using this value, I computed the surface area and perimeter of the Earth plate by squaring and multiplying it by 4, respectively. This yielded 511 million km² and 102,000 kilometers, respectively. These values align with what we can measure or estimate on Earth. For instance, on a world map, I drew a square with the same side length as the Earth plate, and it almost entirely covered the Earth's land mass, excluding some edge areas like Antarctica, Greenland, and Siberia. This is because the Earth plate isn't perfectly centered on the world globe, but slightly shifted to the north, explaining the uneven distribution of land between the northern and southern hemispheres and the offset of the equator. On another world map, I drew a circle with the same perimeter as the Earth plate, which appeared much smaller than the square, covering only a portion of the Earth's landmass. This is because a circle has less area than a square with the same perimeter, which explains why we perceive the Earth as round and sometimes think we're circumnavigating the globe when we're merely following part of its perimeter. Lastly, I presented a graph comparing the surface of the Earth plate to the surface of a sphere with the same diameter as the Earth, illustrating that the Earth plate's surface is significantly larger with a difference of about 200 million km². This is because a sphere has less surface area than a square with the same diameter, clarifying why we perceive the Earth as smaller than it truly is, and why there's much more unexplored or undiscovered space on Earth than we've ever realized.
He concludes that his calculations demonstrate the Earth plate possesses a simple and elegant form that aligns with what we can measure or estimate on Earth. He states that his theory is a better fit for observations than the round Earth model, which presents numerous problems and paradoxes. He argues that his theory offers us a new perspective on our world and challenges us to look beyond our accustomed beliefs. This marks the end of the first episode of the White Hole Theory, an exceptionally precise argument for a flat Earth. We've witnessed how Chris Folgers has shown us that the Earth is not round, but flat. We've also seen how he explains some ancient stories and peculiar observations that don't align with a round Earth model. In the upcoming episode, we will delve deeper into his theory, focusing on the white sun, the central source of all matter and energy in the universe. we will explore how he has modeled this entity as a white hole, a hypothetical object that is the opposite of a black hole. You will also see how he explains certain astronomical observations and phenomena that challenge the conventional view of the sun as a star. Don't miss it, as it promises to be more exciting and surprising, so stay tuned for the white hole theory, an exceptionally precise argument for the flat Earth, and a fascinating and informative report presented to you in 4 episodes. Prepare to be amazed.